Hey friends, welcome to a weekly word with yours truly, Pastor Nate. This is a chance for me to check in with you to let you know what's happening in the life of Holy Cross Lutheran Church here in Athens, Georgia, and also to reflect with you on this next week's gospel lesson that we'll hear proclaimed on Sunday, November the 10th. This next Sunday, we hear a lesson from the near the end of Mark chapter 12, and it's on the one hand a super familiar story that we're used to hearing. It's about the widow who puts her one small coin into the treasury of the temple. And often that story is held up as a story of a sacrifice, of someone small who does something great, and a model for us to emulate. And while all that is as true as it goes, I want to zoom out and look at all that we'll be reading this next Sunday. The lesson that we'll hear on Sunday begins with this kind of cryptic comment that Jesus makes about the identity of the Christ, the Messiah, the anointed one, the one sent by God to redeem the world. And Jesus quotes a psalm, and he says that the Christ can't be the son of David. And I think he means here in the biological sense, he can't just be a human descendant of David. He has to be someone who quite literally comes from God, who has authority, not because of his position as a descendant of David, but because he comes from God. And then Jesus launches into a tirade against leaders who love to have power and love to have authority. And then he tells a story, or rather we see this widow come and place her coin in the treasury of the temple. And I think all that goes together in one package, and it means to demonstrate, on the one hand, who Jesus is and where his authority comes from. And on the other hand, it is meant to display to us what it means for our lives if we indeed want to be followers of Jesus. And here it is in short. We are called not to be people who love power, who love authority, who lord it over others. But we're called to be people who practice self-giving, sacrificial love. And in fact, this whole lesson is a Christological one. That is, it's one that tells us about the identity of Jesus, because Jesus is not one who loves to walk around and display his authority. And he's not one who loves to make pronouncements without also embodying and showing us what it is that he's inviting us into. And so you and I are called, as we walk through a world that seems to be dark and chaotic and difficult, one in which we see models of leadership that don't embrace humility and don't offer up self-giving love. We're called to be people who practice that in our lives and who embrace the one who embodied it to the fullest extent, our Lord Jesus.